to present a poem. What shall I do?
What will you do? Is this a question? Show that you know the poem and remind them what a poem it is. Well, you know what you must do. Go. Confront the problem. Fight. Win. And call me when you get back, darling. I enjoy our visits.
Welcome to the Poetry Dojo,
where we learn to know our poems.
and learn to wield them to fight and win.
Today we are considering Billy in the Darbies by Herman Melville.
Billy and the Darbies is a poem found at the end of Melville's Billy Budd, a novel that I don't think he completed.
No, it was published after his death, cobbled together from some manuscripts, which were apparently rather difficult to read. His handwriting was not excessively clear, so there are points of dispute. If you pick up a copy of the book today, you have your choice of editors who will have their particular takes on certain passages.
Well, it was published in 1924, and it is another view on impending death. I say another because by this time I think we will have released Emily Dickinson's I Could Not Stop for Death. This one This is somewhat in the same vein, for it is the consideration of an approaching execution. Just as a note, Darbies are handcuffs for the American audience. The Darbies is British slang, or just British words, and Americans don't get those set of words, so we call them handcuffs. So Billy in the Darbies is Billy in handcuffs.
There'll be a number of words we'll need to define, but we'll save that for after the reading. Billy in the Darbies by Herman Melville. Good of the chaplain to enter Lone Bay and down on his marrow bones here and pray for the likes just of me, Billy Budd. But look, through the port comes the moonshine astray. It tips the guard's cutlass and silvers the snook. But 'twill die in the dawning of Billy's last day. A jewel block they'll make of me tomorrow. Pendant pearl from the yard arm end, like the eardrop I gave to Bristol Molly. Oh, 'tis me, not the sentence they'll suspend. All is up, and I must up too, early in the morning, aloft from a low. On an empty stomach, now never it would do. They'll give me my nibble. Bit of biscuit ere I go. Sure, a messmate will reach me the last parting cup, but turning heads away from the hoist and the belay, heaven knows who will have the running of me up. No pipe to those halyards. But aren't it all sham? A blur's in my eyes. It is dreaming that I am. A hatchet to my hawser, all adrift to go. The drum roll to grog, and Billy never know. But Donald, he has promised to stand by the plank, so I'll shake a friendly hand ere I sink. But no, it is dead then I'll be, come to think. I remember Taft the Welshman when he sank, and his cheek it was like the budding pink. But me they'll lash in the hammock, drop me deep, fathoms down, how I'll dream fast asleep. I feel it stealing now. Sentry, are you there? Just ease this Darbies at the wrist and roll me over fair. I am sleepy, and the oozy weeds about me twist.
There's a fair number of words, as you've said, that need defining. You want to just wander through from the beginning to the end?
Sure, yeah. The port is the window, aloft from a low. A low is below in the lower part of the ship. So there's an irony there. We're going up, but we're coming up from the belly of the ship.
He's going to be hoisted by his neck and hung until dead from the yard arm. And he does not look forward to that last trip up.
Yeah, and that's why he compares himself to a jewel, a necklace.
Or a
earring. Yeah, he's going to be hung like a jewel. The hoist and the belay. The hoist is to raise vertically, and belay would be to fix the line, if I'm not mistaken. You know more about nautical terms than I do, so I'm checking with you as I go. The pipe would be the bosun's command.
The bosun's command. Normally, the halyards are used for adjusting the position of the yards. So when you are turning with respect to the wind, the yards have to be swung appropriately to catch the wind. And halyards are the ropes that do that. So
the yards would be the crossbars for us landspeople on the
that
mast.
The sails actually hang from.
Gotcha.
But in this case, there's no commands, no piping of the bosun's commands, because this isn't a navigation in the wind. This is taking a man to his doom.
Hatchet to my hawser, that's cutting the mooring line, is it not, when you're setting out?
Yes,
and
all adrift to go.
Yeah. Similarly, the drum roll to grog would be a signal to come in.
To stop his work, stop his labors.
Yeah. Lash in the hammock, sailor's burial.
Yes. Normally what they would do is they would take the sailor's hammock, they would sew it up, and would put weights from the ship's ballast or from the ship's cannons in it. At the foot of the hammock, and then that would be placed on a board
or a plank.
And at the appropriate moment in the service, when the captain or the ship's chaplain would consign their bodies to the deep, looking for the resurrection of the dead at the coming of Jesus Christ, when the deep would yield up its dead, they would then tilt the plank up, and the body or bodies would slide down into the deep and quickly sink.
And we see that downward motion through this poem. First he's hung up aloft, but then it's down, 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 and at the very end, the oozy weeds are the bonds about his wrists and arms and feet, but they kind of imaginatively merge into the seaweed that will surround him when he is underwater.
It is an emotional poem. Again, it has pathos. And Billy Budd in the book was not a incredibly intelligent character. He was a good man.
An innocent.
And so in his last considerations, mulling over the coming of his death, it is not done in anger. It is not done in rage. It is not done as though he has been offended. He is simply accepting the death that is coming to him, though he is not looking forward to the experience of the execution.
I believe in the novel, the poem is given not as Billy Budd's own reflections, but as a poem that's written in honor of him or on his behalf by an older, more experienced sailor who's imagining what Billy Budd was going through. So there are many layers to this, which gives you many options as the performer.
Given that the book was not completed by Melville, it is likely he was bouncing different ideas and percolating through them, and we won't know until the sea yields up her dead what the correct answer is. Nevertheless, this can be a winning poem, well delivered, enunciate well, but also it does have its own sound. Don't deliver it as an Oxford Don.
It's a sailor's speech.
It's a sailor's speech. And as best as you are able, with commitment and authority, deliver it as one, and you can win.
Thank you for tuning in. This has been a Diecast Media Group production. Please recommend us to friends, family, relations, but not your competitors. Feel free to email us with questions at poetrydojo@diecastmediagroup.com. Tune in next time for another exciting episode and another fine poem.